free. In this video, I'm going to be going over the difference between exo and esoteric and what that means for your magical system. Exo means without or external. Esoteric means, or eso means within or internal. A lot of organizations teach the esoteric trappings freely, concealing the inner esoteric meaning of the rituals, such as the Freemasons, the Golden Dawn, the OTO. Some organizations leave it on you to evolve and step up to understand their hidden meanings on your own. A lot of Eastern philosophies are almost purely esoteric, such as Buddhism or Taoism, while Western tends to be more exoteric, such as Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. Interestingly, they all have esoteric counterparts that sprung up to prevent persecution. Gnosticism for Christianity, Kabbalah for Judaism, and Sufism for Islam. Take the esoteric parts and apply them to the original belief system, and you get an entirely different philosophy. For all of history, the most severely persecuted religious practice has been mysticism, hermeticism, the occult, witchcraft, Satanism, paganism, etc., whatever you want to call it. The occult has been a target of persecution for its entire existence. This has resulted in the hiding of their philosophies and subsets of the dominant Abrahamic religions. Practicing openly can still cause many problems, and practitioners of the occult and arcane arts might find it useful to hide their beliefs from their families, coworkers, and others. Some people will practice openly, and that's fine. It's too much effort to hide for some, and that's fine. It's all up to you, though I recommend caution. There's still a lot of misinformation floating around, giving the impression that all occultists are Satanists who engage in life sacrifice or etc. It used to be that if a pentagram was found in your house, you would be burned at the stake. And Christianity painted all that was not itself with the blood libel, the myth that people from other religions wanted to kidnap your child and use it for a human sacrifice. They painted everyone from witches to Jews with this broad libel. It's very difficult for everyone to pass on their traditions when under persecution without hiding them, usually by disguising them as a sect of the dominant religion. What the occultists of the past then did was to hide the esoteric meanings, such as knowledge of the spirit, the circle, astral projection, etc., and the exoteric trappings of the dominant religion. For Islam, that was Sufism. For Christianity, it was Gnosticism. Kabbalah actually comes from the priests of old. Anytime a group is persecuted by society, they'll try to hide from it. If the persecution is religious and not ethnic, they'll often attempt to hide their beliefs within the dominant religion. Earlier Christians know the symbol of the fish was used to identify Christians who practiced in secret, so it should come as no surprise that the same thing happened when the shoe was on the other foot and their group tried to exterminate paganism and hermeticism. Religion can form into something like a police state, and the way to hide contraband is often to disguise it. It is interesting that all three Abrahamic religions have their own hidden system of occult belief, and looking to them can be useful if you need to hide your own occult beliefs and some other trappings which trace their roots back to more mystical philosophies, such as paganism, Eastern mysticism, and Platonism. One example of a hidden belief that finds common bond in the mystic parts, but not their esoteric trappings, is that all are one, all are divine, and all carry the seed of a young goddess inside of ourselves. The divinity of all life and its interconnectedness is a common theme also, of Eastern philosophies and some forms of paganism, including Zoroastrianism. All of this is another way of saying, as above, so below, as within, so without. I believe that reality is an interconnected fractal of itself, constantly repeating into infinity, and that all life is the seed of creation within it. Drawing on your own divinity is an incredibly powerful technique, and one I hope to impart to you. As above, so below, because everything everywhere obeys the same laws, causing similarities. Everyone and everything has one goddess that cannot be evaded, and that is mathematics. Math tells us things like attracts like, gravity, although in reality it's more complicated than that, such as electromagnetism. The esoteric sides of religions are at once more unified and more chaotic. There are more differences in small things between paths, but larger things tend to be the same. All life is divine, as above, so below, etc. Study Buddhism, Taoism, Zoroastrian, paganism, and you'll see how the banned philosophies hid themselves in Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. When you pray, you putting your hands together is the exoteric aspect of it, while intending and putting direction and energy to commune with the divine, whether it's your conception of God or your higher self, is the esoteric trapping of it. Most people never get past the exoteric trappings of their religions, or at least only scratch the surface of the esoteric. Remember that there is a difference, and not to get caught up only in the exoteric trappings because they mean nothing without the esoteric. A wand by itself isn't going to perform any magic. Its true power lies in the strength of the practitioner and her ability to call energy. In short, their esoteric ability. Study then both the exoteric and the esoteric so that your efforts are not wasted.